ISOCS students took the initiative again this year to be involved as ambassadors for Peace One Day to support the efforts of this truly inspirational organisation. The driving theme this year was a question for all of us to ponder. Who will you make peace with? This message will hopefully reach over 3 billion people this year as we mark the 21st of September as a UN-recognised day of peace around the world. Our students wanted to make an impact within and beyond our school community. It started with an outreach event in Zug, a province in the centre of Switzerland, which invited local children to enter a contest through producing a piece of art based on who will you make peace with. We had many entries, and it was truly difficult for our students to decide on the winning representations of peace. In school, a group of students conducted interviews with the majority of our students from ages 4 to 16, again on the theme of who will you make peace with on the 21st of September. Their insights were wide-ranging and highlighted that we can both start in our own homes with our friends and extend this to reflecting globally to take action for peace. Another group of students investigated current areas of concern in the world that should use the opportunity of Peace One Day as a way to stop the cycle of violence and destruction. Now, as you can see, these are the examples of our artworks which are placed on our windows to spread the word of peace, from drawings and representations of who will you make peace with from the students.
I think of peace as where people stop having violence with each other and are nice and aren't killing each other or punching each other or something like that.
I think that Peace One Day is a very good thing that we are doing as a class.
Peace. Well, peace is very important. I mean, it's the only thing that will allow us to keep going in the world and to progress and evolve as a community.
I think that peace means just no war, live your life in peace.
For me, peace is something where I stop fighting with my siblings and try to just be generally nice to people.
Peace for me is a day where we bond together with friends and family and have a good time.
Peace for me, personally, I think it's to be able to express myself in an environment without any violence.
Peace is having fun with, so include everybody, don't have any arguments, just cooperate.
If I could make peace with somebody, I would probably say my family and my friends.
Friends and family.
Everybody in the school, with my family, everybody I know.
I fight occasionally with my siblings.
Not much, unless of course it's something that I really want to have or whatever.
So you're saying you like to fight?
No.
Okay, good.
No, not at all. I'm a very peaceful man.
No, not really.
People putting down their weapons and interacting kindly with each other instead of cruelly.
Harmony, happy, and sadness.
The first thing that comes to my mind is famous people who fought for peace and took action towards a common goal that involved peaceful relationships.
The peace symbol and having fun.
It's possible, but we still have a heck of a long way to go until that happens.
Now, probably in the future, like you said.
Yes, I hope so. And I think that we are going towards that. It may take a little longer than we expected, but yes.
I think it's a great idea because it's one step closer to having world peace.
I do think it's a very good idea because if we weren't going to do it, we wouldn't have any inspiring things about peace. Nobody would actually know what it is.
Yeah, I think it's a very good idea to have a peace day because it reminds us, especially for people who take for granted peace, that we should still keep working for peace.
Yes.
Not everybody, but I would guess that people who like live in war zones and places like that always are thinking about how much nicer it would be if there wasn't people fighting all around the place.
Some of the time we do, some of the time we don't.
No, I don't think so. Because people who live in a war zone probably is all they know. And also people who live in a peaceful place probably not very aware of how they live.
Yes, because maybe if you don't, you're making a mistake that you should think about.
Depends on what happened.
Yes, I can.
Yes. I forgive easily. I don't forget, but I forgive.
Yes, it is. I mean, if you're trying to get world peace, then you need to think about what you're trying to do before you can do it.
I think it is important to think about peace because if we didn't, we can have war and plagiarism and...
Well, it's very important because it's important to stay in touch with reality and to know that some places in the world are not very peaceful and some people is not peaceful.
I think peace is a good idea because then everybody won't be so mad and angry at each other.
I'd say just like generally like light colors, like as a very light pink, light yellow, that kind of thing.
Black and white, basically like the yin and the yang. It's a peace slogan sign.
Why?
I think in a light blue.
Light blue.
Yeah, I think in a blue sky.
Just to be nice to people and not argue and fight with people.
Peace one day, I'd like to create a day without any fighting or any bad things happening.
I would like to celebrate peace.
Talking about Russia's invasion into Ukraine. Russian military forces invaded Ukraine. Putin invaded Ukraine because he wanted to create the old Soviet Union and to extend Russian Federation border in order to keep NATO forces further from his country. Putin first claimed that his soldiers were crossing Ukraine's border by mistake and they were on vacation. After all the discussion, the Russian troops finally had a conflict with the Ukrainian troops. Russia took the peninsula Crimea first and then expanded to eastern parts of Ukraine. After that, a war began inside Ukraine. The war wasn't big until major events started happening. For example, the shootdown of the Malaysian Airlines Flight 17 on the 17th of July. Some countries of the international community, including the whole European Union, UK and the US, accused Russia of breaking the international law and sovereignty of Ukraine. Ukraine's war has been causing many problems and ruining relations with other countries. I think Peace One Day is important for Ukraine because it would reduce the chances of starting a massive war or a World War III. Peace One Day is needed to allow both sides to understand the consequences of this war and to see the consequences of the threat growing.
I have a question. How can Peace One Day help the Syrian refugees achieve peace in their homeland ruined by a great civil war? Due to the civil war, 6.5 million Syrians have been displaced. More than 3 million Syrians have fled their country. These people are having to restart their lives with no resources. I believe that we can help by giving Syrian citizens that have escaped from their country a place to settle with their families until the Syrian civil war ends. We can show to the Syrian soldiers and to the Syrian president posters that have pictures and descriptions of how painful Syrian citizens are suffering from the civil war. This means they should just make peace for as long as possible. This will show the whole world right now 6.5 million innocent Syrian civilians are suffering from leaving their home and families, and also from living right now in war and not in peace. This one day of peace will allow a chance for humanitarian aid and resources to be safely transported to those in need. I believe that one day of peace can result into even longer days of peace for the Syrians.